What is up, YouTubes? Mountain Man Magic, and to celebrate Oko finally being banned in Standard, I wanted to do a deck tech on my favorite Standard deck, and that is Steel OP, or basically, it's a blue-white artifact deck that benefits from Steel Overseer, making everything huge so we can run over our opponent. And just for the record, I just want to set the record straight, I don't even own Oko right now. As you can see, I have this one for my Planeswalker deck that my buddy Eddie hooked me up with the code for that, but you can see, Mythic Rare, Throne of Eldraine. I have no Okos. Okay, so I wasn't even playing the card, but I'm happy to see it just be banned. Back to our deck tech. It's pretty straightforward. We're playing with Gingerbrute, which is a card I really like from the deck. Inquisitive Puppet helps us with that early play scry. Stonecoil Serpent. Okay, each set, there's always that rare that you just open up way too much. For me, Stonecoil Serpent is that card. Now I've gotten pre-releases drafts, which are all great because it's strong and limited, but I didn't really have a deck tech it fit in. Fits super well in this deck. So I'm happy to play it here. Pairs really well with all that glitters because we can throw it on any creature we have, and because we have a lot of artifacts and enchantments, they're going to be huge. This thing having trample and reach, which our opponents often forget about, just super nice. Super nice. And then it also, we can throw it on Gingerbrute to swing in for like 4,000 damage, basically unblockable if we need to. Corridor Monitor helps us get Emery and Steel Overseer activations if we need them. Deputy Detention and Conclave Tribunal, those are our removal spells. Arcanist Owl helps us dig and give us a flying threat. And then Mystic Forge is here as our make sure you don't run out of gas type of card. We only play 22 lands because you don't really need a whole bunch in this deck. I did, in some of these gameplay videos, you might see I had Magic Mirror in the deck. I literally never played it. I tried it out, didn't work out. But without further ado, let's get into some gameplay. In this first game, I had no idea what they were really doing. I figured if they're playing 7 dwarves, we need to have good blockers, and Steel Overseer is gonna be great with Corridor Monitor. But I was like, wait a minute, why do they have? Wait, oh my goodness, they're playing Oko, and I thought we were past this. I thought we were done with it. They're not allowed to do that anymore. We need to do something about this. Thankfully, they took care of the problem for us and just conceded, so that made life a lot easier. Victory, well earned, well fought, gotta say. Okay, for our first real game, we'll speed the game and play footage up a little bit, but as you can see, the Magic Mirror feels terrible here. It's basically like we started with 6 cards. We're not going to play it anytime soon. Just, you know, when you play that one spicy card, but you start with it in your starting hand like this, it just makes you think, is it really worth playing? And this was one of the games that showed me it's not. Now, seeing the Drowned Secrets, we're against a mill game plan, which if we can get Emery down, could actually be to our benefit. I was hoping they weren't playing black because that means we don't have to worry about quite as much removal. Now, Drown in the Lock, if that is their go-to removal spell, and we can get our Serpent down, we're fine. But if they counter it, then, you know, we're not so fine. Both of these cards I feel were pretty strong, but I went with the Overseer because I wanted to make sure we could get... If we can stick one of these creatures down long enough, that'll win us the game. Because they haven't played a creature yet. Speak of the Devil, it's Murderous Rider, but having a 4/4 flyer, like basically they're on a 4-turn clock, and our clock is nowhere near as fast. Throw that on there. Next turn, if they don't kill our flying creature, we could very well just win the game if we find something that we can play along with Stonecoil Serpent. Them milling us, really not a concern, as long as we can just activate our creature. Looks like we're going to be able to do it, hopefully, but of course they've Drowned in the Lock. Just makes us sad. It's just a very sad day. For whatever reason they counter that spell though. Not entirely sure why, unless they thought they could do something different. I guess I didn't even realize that I could win the game here, but I guess I assumed they may have also had another Drown in the Lock, which would have just been a crazy thing to not assume. I should have really played Stonecoil Serpent here as well. For some reason I did not. Still not sure what I'm doing. We top deck Emery. Life is easy. We did it. We are so good at Magic. We mill ourselves another 4. Our opponent's probably like over there clapping, saying thank you for helping us out. I really appreciate that. But with Stonecoil Serpent, now they are on a clock again, and thankfully they can't hit it with Drown in the Lock because that's protection from multicolored. And this is our, like, please just don't ruin what we're about to do. Making stuff bigger, swinging for lethal, so they have to block because we can activate our Steel Overseer. That feels kind of good. Yeah, they gain some life. Not even going to worry about it. Not even going to worry about it a little bit. And then they concede because they just knew we're too good. Now this next gameplay video, we can see they're on the Improbable Alliance game plan. And they've got a gazillion fairies out there. I'm not entirely sure why they haven't been attacking us more. We can see they have a 3/4 Fairy Vandal, a 6/7. Like, they could have been swinging to do damage or at least making us trade off creatures. And we don't have Emery to get them back, so I'm not Not entirely sure. My thought is maybe they were waiting to where they could just swing out with an army of fairies and kill us in that attack. Point is, we're going to win the game with Gingerbrute. Now, they can make a gazillion fairies like they just did. I'm most excited that they just tapped out, because now we know we don't have to worry about an unsummon on our Gingerbrute. So we can go all in, throw the All That Glitters down, replay our Steel Overseer, and then play down Stonecoil Serpent for whatever mana we have open. I do 2 here, because why not? We make Gingerbrute unblockable, because they have nothing with haste, and we hit him for exactly 13. Now, if this game went to another turn, we potentially may have been dead. But Gingerbrute, All That Glitters, amazing combo, and it shines here. It really glitters in this game example. Now this is the last gameplay video I'm going to show, and it's probably the longest gameplay video I've had by far of any deck tech video I've made. Here I'm doing the island circle of perfect draws like you have to do in Arena. I was actually just kind of testing how annoying the performance issues have been and the glitchiness and the sputtering. Yeah, but this is a gameplay video where I'm not going to be able to talk the whole time because it goes so long. But hopefully you'll enjoy it because it just shows that this deck will not be outscaled no matter what our opponent plays. Had to speed the gameplay video up a little bit. Thankfully I mill the Magic Mirror because I just do not want to draw that card. Doesn't help us, like at all, even a little bit. And the fact that we don't get outscaled is probably one of my favorite things about this deck. Honestly, you can play a long game and just keep building to your board and take out whatever your opponent plays. I thought they were probably on the Flyers, that Blue-White Flyers deck game plan, but once I saw the Orator come down, I figured we were into something spicy as well, on their side of the table, as it were. Emery swings back because, you know, she's not here to mess around. But right now we are kind of hoping that we can draw something, or at least get our 4th land so that Arcanasal can help us dig. Bummer that they get their Orator back, because I feel like that's going to be a big deal, especially if they play a Pridemate down, something like that, which we have to expect, especially with a life gain deck in the Orzhov colors. Get our Steel Overseer. That's step 1 of not getting outscaled. Then here comes a Johnny. Isn't that nice for you? And isn't this some really nice synergy? Create your Pridemate, trigger your Orator, boom, you've got a bigger creature. Don't worry, do not fret, we have all the glitters, but I want to hold off. I don't want to use it right away, because if they do have removal, we're going to get 2 for 1 here, and at the end of the day, all they're going to do is block. Doesn't matter if we put the enchantment on or not. I debate about playing Stonecoil Serpent. I'm not sure why. I might as well, since I have Steel Overseer in play. Just every turn that goes by, it's going to get bigger anyway. And now we just wait. We want to see what are they going to play? Bloodthirsty Aerialist, to me, feels like a problem. I think I just overrated its impact right now. I should have immediately realized that it's the Orator. But in my mind, I'm thinking this flying threat's going to kill us in 2-3 turns. We're not going to have an answer for it. And unfortunately, it's monocolored, so our whole Serpent game plan of it blocking isn't really going to work. It's just going to get eaten, and we can't have that. So I play my Deputy, get rid of their Aerialist, and think, okay, we can handle a 7/7, no problemo. Let's get rid of a Johnny, though. Call it a day. That's kind of a nice thing where they're at right now. They're kind of out of cards. I'm thinking there's no possible way they'll be able to keep up with our board, especially with Emery allowing us to bring stuff back, too. Check out that synergy. Corridor Monitor's back. Steel Overseer's about to get tapped again, make everything huge. And then Murderous Rider. You just ruin everything. That card's so good, though. Any black deck's probably playing a playset of them. And they seem to make an appearance in Pioneer as well, which is kind of nice. Okay, now they have a 9/9, which isn't great. Sorry, gotta sacrifice the human. Drawn land. That doesn't feel great. I keep looking at that Magic Mirror like, can you save me? No. No, you cannot. That's why you're going to get cut from this deck. And then we have the All That Glitters. And right now, again, it's probably not going to do much for us. We don't really want to go too much on the offensive. I swing with this, though, because I'm hoping they don't realize that Stonecoil Serpent can block with the reach. And now it is bigger if they don't play a creature, but they do. Like, you know, who would think that they're not going to play a creature? So now we can't block their big 10/10. And Sorin is, well, Sorin's a problem, because now he gives them lifelink. And that's a whole bunch of damage coming in hot. Now here, though, I think they just forget that our Stonecoil Serpent has reach, which allows us to eat the Aerialist. Because if this thing just stuck around indefinitely, it probably would have been a much bigger problem later on in the game, as we'll find out. I think we also set the world record for triggers in this game because, well, every one of their creatures either activates or triggers or becomes bigger from another trigger. There's a lot of triggers going on the stack in this game. Dawn of Hope is a fantastic top deck form because now every turn they can gain life, create a creature, draw cards. It's a problem, but we're ready. This deck is ready for the challenge. Again, we're not going to get outscaled. We're going to show them what's up, and we get a sweet top deck. We get our Mystic Forge, which really helps us find stuff to keep playing. Another Mystic Forge is not it, though. I guess we could have kept it on top and just left it there in case we need to exile 2 cards, but we only have 5 life, so at this point, we have to assume any creature that gets through is probably going to be lethal, because they're not going to swing with the 1/1 that we're going to worry about it. This is just letting them gain life, draw cards, make their stuff bigger. We get it. We'll just block it with whatever we have, not be too worried about it. We just want to make sure we don't forget our activations at the end of their turn with Steel Overseer, make sure our board gets bigger, and then maybe we can get to the point where our Stormcoil Serpent is bigger than their stuff and we can swing for the win. This is Mystic Forge really paying off for us, letting us use all our mana, and of course having a land there is not ideal. We could exile it just to get it out of the way, but I just don't really want to. I don't think that's the best plan of attack. We only have 5 life. Who knows what they're going to play next. We'll just take our time. Bloodthirsty Aerialist is back. Good for you and your life gaining craziness. I don't know why I keep looking at my graveyard. I just keep hoping Magic Mirror can do anything for me here, and it just can't. Because Emery can only bring back artifacts as well. No enchantments. Again, triggers 4 days. It's kind of fun actually watching to see who can get bigger. I guess the biggest. A Johnny or our Stormcoil Serpent. I do enjoy the counter sound from Steel Overseer as well when you have a lot in play. Just the ka-chink, ka-chink is kind of nice. Unfortunately, Mystic Forge doesn't let us play All That Glitters, so we have to wait till next turn. But at this rate, we're getting at least another turn. We're not worried about getting blown out here right now. They can't attack through our 18/18 Stonecoil Serpent or our 9/9, either of them. And our Arcanist Owl here is pretty intimidating as well. We just gotta hope that they don't draw some ridiculously good cards. I think they're kind of chewing on what's our best game plan here. Being in these situations too, I don't mind being patient. I think some players can get really impatient and they just want to force the issue, they want to attack, and that's what ends up costing you the game. And I think that's what we end up seeing here with our opponent here. At some point, they just swing out when they really shouldn't, and we're kind of in that stalemate, but they also might realize the writing's on the wall, and we're not going to get outscaled. At some point, we'll just be able to destroy all of their creatures with how big and massive our board is. I think I was actually caught off guard, the fact that they attacked with both of these, because we're basically going to trade 1-for-1 with a 21/21 creature, and then just get to eat their 14/14 for free, which I find pretty convenient. And then with Emery being in play, we can just bring it back. So if anything, they just gave us a way to either make our board bigger or dig for more stuff. They're at 80 life, and I could not be less concerned. Nothing they're doing is worrying me. We are so good. I can't even begin to explain how set we are with what we're doing. We'll take back both All That Glitters because they should just know that we're going to have a 4,000 creature with trample coming in at some point. If we want. Who knows? We'll do whatever we want because at this point, the world is our artifact oyster. I think attacking here was a little greedy because if they end up having multiple removal spells and then get rid of both Arcanist Owls, well, then we're hurting. We're going to lose the game. Thankfully, they don't, though. So we did dodge a bullet. I got a little greedy. We were not punished for it. That's all right. Again, looking at my graveyard thinking, why am I playing this card for the 1,000th time? What have I done? And that's why that whole protection from multicolored, they can't kill the Stonecoil Serpent with the Mortify. No problemo. What's up next, Chief? We're going to play Steel Overseer. We've done it. All That Glitters. I put it on the Arcanist Owl just in case if they do end up finding removal for that, then we can just bring it back with Emery, makes it a target. That's fine. And I figure 35/35 with what they have in play. They can't stop it. So we'll chunk them for 35 damage. That's not even half their life, but we don't mind it. That's all right. Now again, a little greedy here. If they had found another removal spell for the Owl, we would have been a hurting unit, but we weren't punished. I think that's what they're probably digging for, and I think, okay, at this point, I cannot attack. Then our opponent throws out the oops because they realize and forgot again that our Stonecoil Serpent has reach, so they can block their big flying threat, and at this point, the writing's on the wall. They know Even though we're just drawing land for days, Emery's going to allow us to recurse stuff. Our stuff's going to keep getting bigger. They cannot keep up. As crazy as it is, they can't keep up with this deck. And they concede. They think this game's gone on long enough. I completely agree. So yeah, thank y'all for watching. If you stuck it out to the end, let me know what changes you would make to this. Really appreciate you watching. We'll see you in the next one. Take it easy. And Oko, I hope you're enjoying retirement.